I taught at Danforth, what was elementary school in the Syracuse City Schools. One of my fellow teachers had this idea of incubating eggs in the classroom. And so we had to find a source of fertile eggs. So somehow we got hooked up, I think it was the Farm Bureau or something. And Chris got involved in that. And I don't know, she and I talked a lot about, bringing kids. That was her goal, was to bring students out there and to have her discovery barn. I always called it the kid barn. But anyways, besides, the functioning dairy. So we were, I believe, my school, one of the first grades was the first class she ever had. So we took a lot of classes there. Oh my gosh, all different grade levels. From K to, I would say, 4. Sometimes we would go twice a year even. She has this like intuitive ability to hone in on, especially kids that are have rough lives, have come from dysfunctionality, have issues. And for kids that I brought from the city schools, a lot of them lived in very, diverse and not happy environments. So she was just real with them. She seemed to understand where they were coming from. She kind of empowered kids, too. She empowered me. She empowered other teachers, adults. I would say the kids were changed greatly because they got to see the real product from the ground, from the very beginning to this whole life cycle, whether it was a plant or an animal or whatever. So it's kind of hard to duplicate a big dairy farm inside your classroom.
That's why it's good to go to the dairy farm.
Well, that's why it's good to have the videos too, because we would use the videos before, and the kids, they could become a little bit more familiar with what the farm looked like. So when they went, they were a little more familiar, which makes you more comfortable. And then when the kids would come and the bus would pull up, then they'd yell like, "Oh my God, there's Chris, there's Chris." She was like this movie star, which she really was. But she was so approachable, It wasn't like she was, Angelina Jolie or something like that. One thing I'll never forget that she told her daughter Kimberly, that is absolutely true, that as a farmer, you might be the only farmer that people will meet. And so you better do a good job. You better present yourself in an educated and enlightened way, and because there might not be another time. Now, of course, that farm-to-table concept is like almost abused everywhere. But, she was kind of, I guess, at the forefront of showing people, this is what it really is before it becomes, your food in your mouth or in your table or whatever. She is amazing. I know her on a lot of levels, from personal level to, her professional level, and she definitely deserves it. Wow. What she's done to help people understand about agriculture, not just in New York State, but all over the United States. So keep on going, even though it's frustrating. I know how many million takes on those videos, how many million times it's been done over and over again, or whatever. Or how many times you say the same thing to people that come and visit the farm or whatever, but you have to keep on going.